Hey guys, here's the fourth video of me wearing the same outfit, the same eyes. I know some of you won't watch this one, and some of you won't watch the other one, so it doesn't really matter to me. This is a book haul. It's been 2 months since I've done one. A couple of these, I am 4 of these I'm going to be doing separate videos on. If I could get it to unstick to each other. One of them I am not going to read, and I know for a fact because I didn't know it was the second one in a series. Dakota told me when I got home, he's like, "Oh, did you read the first one?" And I was like, "You gotta be kidding me." So, the first book I have is Wisdom by Amanda Hawkins. I think that what happens in it... okay. There's a vampire child on the loose, and they're attracting some unwanted attention, and she goes on this trip to Australia for her 18th birthday. Her name is Alice Boneham, and it's cut short by an unexpected murder. That's all I know. I don't know. I would read it even if there was no vampire child in here. I don't know how that's going to tie into things, but we'll see. The second one I got, don't know why I'm talking so fast. The second one I got is Wake by Amanda Hawkins. I have read it before, and I really love it. I'm on like the 4th book in the series, but my sister stole it from me years ago, so I had to borrow it from the library so I could reread it and maybe eventually get the series again. This one is about this girl. I believe her sister died from swimming or something, and she's missing, I think. I am only gonna say what I know based off of what I briefly read. And she meets these 2 or 3 girls, I think there's 3, and they're like really beautiful, like they can attract any guy they want, and it turns out they're sirens. And the cool thing about this series is their sirens not only turn into mermaids, I think it's a different one that they're sirens and they don't have tails, but in this one I believe they have tails, and then they turn into birds as well. I thought I wasn't filming for a second. Sorry. And it's a great book. I recommend it completely. It's a water song novel. I believe there's 6 books in it, and it's not talked about. I don't understand. I will do a book review on it because it's amazing from what I remember. And then in this year of 2019, I'm going to try and read a what are these called? I can't remember what they're called. A book written by the person about themselves. A biography. That's what it is. Biography. This one I picked up. It's Confessions of a Prairie Beech by Allison Arngrim. She was Nellie in the Little House on the Prairie series, and she was awful. I remember hating her when I was little. And it turns out some of the seasons were filmed up around where I live right now. And the librarian I was checking out, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I actually met her a few times. She's really sweet. They used to film up here all the time." And so this is what she looked like. I can't wait to read it. I think that will be the second one that I read this quarter of January of having books. I've had these books in my possession for a while, about a week, but I had to go see Sarah and take care of other things before I could do this book haul. And it's been so long since I've been able to do a book haul. I feel horrible. I've been so sick. So the next thing I got, I'm hoping I can finish before I have to take it back to the library. It's A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. I read the first one. I listened to the first one. And it was amazing. From what I understand, though, if you are under the age of 17, you probably shouldn't read this book. And even then, maybe 18. I don't know. I'm not saying don't read it. I'm just saying, from what I've heard, other people, other booktubers, do videos on it. And they said, I wouldn't recommend it. And then I found this book. It's called The Book of Barely Imagined Beings, a 21st Century Bestiary by Casper Henderson. And if that name doesn't speak to me, sorry, there was a thing. I don't know what does. Look how beautiful this book is. And I started reading it, I'm almost done with the first thing. I probably won't finish because they're like in alphabetical order. They're written about the animals and fish and insects and whatever from like medieval points of views. Like I was reading about the what is that one called? The salamander. They called it something different. But they're like, oh, it doesn't burn in the fire. It's a dragon. It's used for medicinal, but if you hold it for too long, you'll die. Stuff like that. And I think it's, like, they also add in, like, some, like, that's not true anymore kind of things. There's some pterodactyls in it. Let me show you this beautiful artwork. Isn't it pretty? I am so excited to be reading this book. If I don't finish it, I will probably check it out again so I can finish it. And I want to do a video on a couple of the most interesting animals in it that I find. I mean, they're all going to be interesting, but I want to pick my favorites so that I can do videos on them and then recommend this book to you if it's any good. Which I think it will be from what I've read so far. The second, if you don't know, I'm in school to study to be an anthropologist. I want to be an archaeologist and I want to do forensics. Now, I don't know if I'll ever get into forensics, but I want to. But I definitely want to do archaeology. I started taking the classes up north in Quincy, California for a while, and that teacher was amazing, but I had to move home due to some circumstances, and then I moved a couple towns over, and that's where I'm studying now. The teacher's really nice, but he's just new to start teaching, so we'll see how it goes. I don't know if I'm going to take classes this semester because they changed everything. Anyway, enough about the rant. The rant leads into this. This one is In the Footsteps of Eve, The Mystery of Human Origins by Lee R. Berger, Ph.D., with Brett Hilton Barber. This is what it looks like. From what it's about, I'll read you the blurb on the back. A footstep in the sand is a very different definition of impermanence. I promise I can read it, just never read out loud. But this one was 117,000 years old, fossilized into sandstone just yards from a South African public beach. It would become the first step in fascination. It's just Nakota. In a fascinating scientific journey that has led to bold new theory of human evolution. You don't have to believe in human evolution. I grew up in a very Christian house. So some of the things, like, I believe, and some of the other things are not. I plan on doing a full video on the Footsteps of Eve. I don't know if it will be a book-related video, like, I'll probably reference it a few times, but I'm going to probably just keep it as a pure anthropological research video. And the next one that I got is Almost Human by Lee Berger. Oh, it's the same author. I didn't know that. I feel dumb now. And John Hawkes. The Astonishing Tale of Homo Naility Nail Die and the Discovery That Changed Our Human Story. This is what it looks like. Let me see if I can read. Okay. This is the back, the blurb on the back. A jawbone embedded in rock, the bones of a hand sunk into sediment on the floor of a cave 100 feet underground. These things shape our understanding of human evolution, and in the book, paleoanthropologists Lee Berger and John Hawkes share the intimate and fascinating story of such discoveries. Fossils found in South Africa that add intricate details and raise all important questions about our ancient human past. I want to start doing conspiracy and like anthropology related videos. I don't think a lot of people will watch those, but I want to do them for me. So that's what's going to happen. And for the last book that I got, I told you guys that I was going to do a video on Hashimoto's thyroiditis. I can't pronounce it right now. This is the only book I could find that has hypothyroidism, which is what I have. And I want to tell you the struggles and like everything that goes along with it. This one is a patient expert walks you through everything you need to learn and do. The first year of hypothyroidism, an essential guide to the newly diagnosed, by Maureen Pratt. Forward by Elliot G. Levy, MD. Mouth is overflowing with words. If you don't know, Hashimoto's is a thyroid condition that affects the thyroid and it just makes it not work, kind of. It basically attacks the body because it's like, oh, you don't belong here, even though, you know, it's your body. It lives in the body. So I will do a whole video on that one. This time, since I am going to have Nakota start editing my videos, pray for me, I'm scared. He's a good editor, but I don't like anybody editing my stuff. I don't like giving up control. I am going to do a 24-hour readathon. Pray for my brain. I'm probably going to read Wake, The Confessions of a Prairie Beech, and probably A Court of Mist and Fury. And if I could read those, then I will probably be on track for my reading goal that I haven't set yet. So yeah, I just want you to know there's some book talks coming up. I still have to do The Lion Game. I promised you that one. I'm going to do it. But yeah, so that is my book haul from the library. And I want to wish you guys a great, whenever you're watching this, whatever day it is. And please just be happy in whatever walk of life you're in. If you're struggling, I understand. Trust me, I do. But I just want you guys to be happy, because you guys are almost family.